Great way to start the video. Hey guys, I'm Grace. I have a service dog and training named Nike. He is down there. Hi, Nike. I also have a doggy, another doggy named Adidas. He's right here. He's my husky. Down. Hey, down. Good boy. And I have a few questions that some of you asked me, mainly some of my friends have asked me. So I decided to do a Q&A video. I got the questions right here, and I'm going to answer them as briefly as I can. So yeah, let's get started. The first question is, what will happen if you touch a service dog, and what's the big deal? To put it briefly, don't touch a service dog. Don't pet them. Don't distract them, because it does distract them. Why? He's just taking all the toys out of the toy bin. What? Distracts them from their work. Like, what will happen if someone just goes crazy over you? I'm like, oh my god, oh, it's a human. Or pets you while you're working. Like, you're not going to be able to function properly or work properly. So, it's definitely a big deal, and you should not pet a service dog. For me, Nike is a psychiatric PTSD anxiety alert service dog. So, he reacts or alerts when I am uneasy or distressed, and he also gives deep pressure therapy, he gets help, different things like that. So if someone distracts him, I can break out into attack, and then he won't know to alert, and he won't know to do anything about it. I have heard stories where medical alert service dogs, like seizure alert, where they alert their patient if they are about to have a seizure, then they can't do their job. And I've heard stories where people have ended up in the hospital because their service dog was distracted and weren't able to tell them that, hold on, you're in danger. So it can be really difficult, so you should not whatsoever pet a service dog or distract them, and you can pet them if you ask. It depends. It's up to the handler if you can pet them or not. The question is, what will happen if he poops in school? This one is pretty self-explanatory. He's a service dog. He is supposed to, by law, he's supposed to be housebroken. And I can get kicked out if he makes a mess in school. Hopefully, they will give us periods of time where I can let him out and he can go to the bathroom. If they don't, I'm going to be very upset. But they're to give me and him some time to get a break. Specifically during lunchtime, he can go to the bathroom and get himself some food or go to the bathroom, whatever. So yeah. This question is, are you nervous about bringing your dog to school? I am very nervous, because I know the kids aren't going to be that nice. They're going to ask plenty of questions throughout the first couple of weeks. They're going to go crazy about seeing him, and I'm not that hyped for it, to be honest. I don't really want kids to go crazy, but of course it's going to happen. You're literally bringing a dog into an environment where you don't normally see a dog. But I believe that it should be a bit more normal, especially having a psychiatric service dog should be more normal, because a lot of people do have a lot of mental illness that can be helped with dogs. So, I am nervous about the fact that what the school's gonna do about it and all that type of stuff, so yeah, I'm pretty nervous. Question is, hardest part about training a dog? Pretty much all of it. All of it is pretty difficult, to be honest. It takes a lot of time, but Nike is a very fast learner, so it doesn't seem that difficult at all. I'm still doing it, and I love it, but it can be very difficult, probably when Nike gets frustrated and he doesn't listen, and it just kind of gets me like, really? So it gets really difficult then, but I have trained myself enough to know that that means that he is tired and he needs time to rest, as all dogs or humans need is time to play and have time to just, you know, be with themselves and have some fun without it being work, work, work all the time. Dogs can go up to an hour to 2 hours a day of training, is the normal amount. So yeah, that's how much you should be training, especially for a service dog. And service work is really difficult because for them to be a official service dog, they have to get everything down. Like, they are working. Of course, they're gonna have bad days. They're gonna have bad moments. Nike has had some bad moments. Of course, he isn't fully trained yet, but that's probably the biggest stressor, is that they really need to have things down and that they really need to know what they're doing and their handler's surroundings. It's not their surroundings, it's their handler's surroundings. For Nike, he has been in this world for 3 years. We have started training for a couple of months, which means he has already seen some of the outside world before getting into training. So he sees this as his worlds. Instead, when he's working, he's supposed to see my worlds. So yeah, that's that. Question is, what are some of Nike's tasks? I'll show you some video clips of some of Nike's tasks right now. And I'll tell you what each of them are. Tasks are anxiety alert, where he alerts to my anxiety, interruption of self-harm, where I do things that aren't really comforting, but in a way to harm myself, to forget about the anxiety. He will stop me from doing that. Deep pressure therapy, where he calms down my stress and my anxiety by using pressure on my body, and overall just giving comfort, which isn't a task, but that is one thing. And of course there's gonna be more. He gets help. He goes to get help to the nearest family member, and sniffs out my mom too to try to find her. So those are a few of his tasks. How far into training is me and Nike? Nike is starting off-leash training, which I am super proud of him for. It is absolutely amazing. So that is really far into training for leash training, because you really got to have that bond with your dog to do off-leash, number one, and number two, he has to have the obedience. So that is great that he's going off-leash. He is a couple months into his training so far. Everyone who is a certified trainer, including my doctor, who I think has worked with service dogs before or knows the rules about them, they all think that he's ready for school, so that's another part. He is ready for school. So yeah.
You were just hogging all the toys. Goodness. I didn't want some toys. Oh.
How old is Nike? Nike is 3 years old, and he turns 4 February 12th, I think. I have to check, but it is in February. What is a day in the life of Nike? I want to do a day in the life with him at some point, or a week in the life, but really all he does is sleep, eat, play, and sleep. That's all he really does. Tasks does Nike do daily? Nike does pretty much all of his tasks that he's trained to do. He mainly alerts anxiety. That's like the big one that he does like all the time, because I get anxiety very frequently, so he knows to alert my anxiety all the time whenever it breaks out. Question is, what if the school says no? This one you have to look up some stories about, but I will tell you is that there's a lot that can happen. I have seen stories where some people have sued the school because they denied access to their service dog. You can sue people if they deny access of a service dog, because he is my medical equipment, he helps me to function properly, they cannot deny access to him. So if they do, then we have all rights to get a case and go to court. And not everyone wants to fight the ADA, the America's Disability Act. They have a lot of power. So they don't often, a lot of people don't like to go and get cases and all that type of stuff. So hopefully it won't happen, and hopefully, I mean, they're all open to it anyways. They pretty much said yes, the principal did. I think it's just the board that needs to get more information, but so far we are pretty much good. We're just looking for updates. That was a small Q&A video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Those are some frequently asked questions that some of you guys might have been wondering, so you're welcome. Thank you so much for watching, and me and Nike, we'll see you guys in the next video.